Recessions and the real estate market. Are recessions good for the real estate market, for buyers and sellers? I want to say yes. Now, I know how painful economic downturns are. I've lived through a ton of them in my lifetime, and just looking at the segment of housing itself, not looking at the economy, not looking at the pain that all of us suffer through recessions. Recessions can actually be good for housing. And if you don't agree with me, leave a comment below. But let me explain. In all the recessions within the last 20, 30 years, housing prices have increased and the number of sales have increased. The reason being is that during a recession, interest rates tend to drop, buyers get into the market, there's limited inventory, it keeps the price up or it pushes the price up. Now, you can say, well, what the hell happened back in 2006, 7, 8, 9 during the Great Recession? Whew. Let me tell you, that was not pretty. I was building at the time. I had a couple of spec houses that I was building, trying to sell at the same time in Arlington. I was fortunate that I was in Arlington. A lot of my friends and a lot of builders that I knew, they went bankrupt. It was brutal. The economy took a dive. It hit the economy on a lot of levels, and the housing market, because it was driven by the housing market in the first place, really took an incredible hit. What's interesting, and this is Dr. Fuller, who was head of George Mason at the time of their economic research area, came and talked to us in Arlington, and he said within 10 months, Arlington real estate had dropped 10% and was back up to where it was pre-recession period. Now, what followed there is inside the Beltway in Virginia, things started picking up before things. And then the outside started picking up. The Great Falls, the Fairfax, the Vienna started picking up. Northern Virginia led a lot of the region in the recovery because of the type of jobs that we had. That was followed by Maryland and then followed by DC. It was all job driven. And at that time, the Northern Virginia real estate market was like in a different country versus the many parts of the US. So one of the things that we have to remember living in Northern Virginia is that our market is very, very strong. Yes, it's going to go up, it's going to go down. We're going to have all these fluctuations. But overall, the recession is not going to impact us as much as it may the rest of the country. So I'm not saying this is the gospel. I'm just saying that this is something to be aware of. If you're involved with real estate, either buying, selling, or investing, and thinking about what to do next, you got to keep your eye on the market. You just can't blink, but don't let the news turn around and get you all depressed. Things go up, things go back up, actually down, up, and really we're in a very unique area. And I know we've lost a lot of jobs through the federal government's been laid off a lot of things, and that frankly sucks. And there's a lot of talk of people moving out or being moved out of our area. It's a tough environment. But just looking at housing itself, we have to kind of like, if we're in the market to either buy or sell, we have to take all that other noise and kind of set it off to the side. And we just have to really focus in on what is going on and what do we expect to happen. If you have any questions, if you have any comments, leave them below. Let's talk about this. This is going to be an ongoing thing for the next foreseeable time. So as I start seeing things, I'll be glad to update them. And if you have anything, I'll be glad to comment to anything that you do. Till then, take care. Bye now.